In this video, I'm going to show you how to work the Strandtarsia technique, which is a wonderful technique for placing motifs within your panels without having to have lots of bobbins hanging at the back of your work. With Strandtarsia, you need to anchor the contrast yarn. So the yarn, the color of your motif, you need to anchor it few stitches before you start the actual motifs. So when we're working on the bow, the motif itself starts on the wrong side on row 6 and on stitch 24. We will anchor the yarn on stitch 27. So I have gotten to this point here. I'm on the wrong side. I'm going to take my contrast yarn and simply place it on top of the working yarn. So now I'm going to purl 3, 1, 2, 3, and now I am ready to start my motif. When we are working a motif, we will manage the yarns at the back the same as in the stranded collar work technique. We will strand the yarn at the back of work that is not in use. So my next stitch is white. So as you have noticed again, my motif collar is underneath the main collar. I'm gonna drop it down, and then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 stitches in red, so I'm going to strand the cream on a third of those 5 stitches, so nicely in the middle. So 1, 2, and now we are going to strand our cream. So as before, place it on top of your needle that you just inserted, wrap it around your needle, then pull it through as normal. Okay, so now it comes with us, and we're going to work 2 more stitches. See, so the yarn, the cream is nicely stranded at the back. We're going to drop the red to the top and work our next stitch in cream. Okay, drop it down. Now again, we need to anchor it at the end of our motif. So again, we're going to anchor the cream on the third stitch. So we're going to work two stitches as normal and anchor it on a third. So we're going to go 1 and 2. And by anchoring in, I mean just stranding it normally. So place it on top of your needle and pull it through. See? And now we will leave the cream where it is, and we will just work in the red to the end of the row. Remember, the stars here are all worked in Swiss darning technique. So all the yellow stars in this motif, so on your chart they will be marked with V. They are worked in Swiss darning technique. So we don't worry about the yellow stars at all. So this is how our work looks at the front. So now we are ready for row number 7. Now for Strandtarsia, I actually mark my rows underneath the one I'm working on, purely because as your motif in A is growing, you need to watch how many stitches are on the next row to where to anchor your yarn. I will show you what it means on this row now. So we work in 7, so we've got 2 here. So we're going to work to stitch number 16. 1. So 1 stitch before our cream. So I am now 1 stitch before the cream. I'm going to drop my red to the top and pick up the cream from the bottom and work 2 stitches here. See, that's my first 2 stitches. Now drop it down, and then we've got 5 stitches again in red, and we need to strand the cream on a third of those 5 stitches. So 1, 2, insert your needle in the next stitch for stranding, place that cream on top of this needle, yarn around and pull it through. So just like in the stranding, in the stranded color work. So then we need to work 2 more. And now we are ready for our cream. So we're going to work 2 stitches in cream. And now if we look at our work, we need to anchor our cream again 3 stitches away. But if you look on the row above, we've got 2 stitches here. So if we anchor the cream on the 3rd stitch, it will be anchored here, which really isn't enough of a distance between where we need to start our next row. So I will anchor it on the 3rd stitch, but carry it to the 5th stitch. It's not essential, but it gives you a nicer finish. So we're going to work 3. So we're going to anchor it to 5. So 1, 2, we're going to anchor it here. And then work 1 more and anchor it on the 5th. See? So by anchoring it, I mean stranding it. So it carries with you. Make sure that you pull a bit tighter here, so there's no yarns coming through. There we go. You see, just pull on your yarn a little bit and you will be okay. Okay, so now we're going to leave the cream. So now we're going to leave the cream where it is, and we're going to carry to the end with our red only. And now on the next row, we're going to move our washi tape. So we move it up. We're going to work to 2 stitches before this one, because we're going to have 4 in cream. So 2 first one, and then purl to 2 stitches before our cream stitch. Okay, so now we've got 2 stitches, so we need to now work 4 in cream. But of course, because there is a 4, we will need to strand the red in between. So I will strand it on the 3rd stitch. So drop your red, pick up your cream from underneath, and you go 1, 2, drop the cream, pick up the red, place it on top of your needle you just inserted, pick up the cream around and pull it through and into the next stitch to lock in place. So that way, let's move them back to the progress position. So that way the red came with us and it's nicely stranded in place. So again, now we've got 5 stitches again, and of course we're gonna have to strand the cream in between those 5. So 1, 2, and we're stranding it on the 3rd. So pick up the cream, place it on the needle you just inserted, and around. And again, 2 more. And let me show you again how to strand the red when the red is on top and the cream is underneath. So we're working in cream. So 1, 2, and 3. Place the cream down, pick up the red from top, wrap it around your needle as before, but this time pick up the cream here from underneath, finish off your purl, making sure that the red doesn't come with you, work the next purl in cream, and make sure you move your yarns back to their original position. So the red goes back on top, the cream goes down at the bottom. So that way the work is stranded, but the yarns are staying in the correct position. Okay, so now we need to, so the next stitch is 1 stitch up. So we're going to anchor our cream on the 4th stitch. So we're going to work 2 stitches stranded and then work 2 more stitches, just because it breaks it up. You could do it on the third, of course, but just because it breaks it apart a little bit. So 1, oh no, stranding, 2, stranded, and work 2 more. Yeah, and stranded on the second one. And now leave the cream where it is and carry to the end with your red. See, so our work should look like. Make sure that the yarns are not too tight, so they're not puckering up, but also not too loose, because you don't want the cream to be showing through. Right, so now on to the next row. I'm going to show you one more row of how to strand the yarn, which will be in your right hand. However, you can just swap your yarns around before you start the row. But so we are on this row now, number 9. Okay, so we're going to work to 1 stitch before our cream, and that's where we're changing. Okay, so now we're going to work 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches in cream. So of course, because it's 5, we're going to have to strand the red on the third. So we're going to go, oops, 1, 2. See, so now we're going to wrap it the way I showed you, when the yarn you are stranding is in your right hand and not in your left hand. So in, wrap the yarn from your right hand around the needle, grab the yarn you are working with now to make the stitch. Before you pull it through the stitch, make sure that the yarn you just wrapped from your right hand is unwrapped again, and pull it through. And then 2 more stitches, and you see the red is stranded and it's nicely behind. So these are the 2 techniques that you can use to make your work a lot easier. So now we've got 5 red and we need to strand the cream. So 1, 2, and again stranding. When your yarn you are stranding is on your left is super easy. Oops. And then 2 more. You see, so you can use all the stranding techniques from the last video to make your work a lot easier. You see, at no point I am dropping and picking up or dropping the yarns. Both of my hands are constantly at work. The work flows a lot smoother. And using the stranding technique from the left hand or the right hand, it just makes life a lot easier. So now I'm gonna strand this one. And now I need to work 1 more. And what I will have to do is strand the cream. So I'm going to look again. So you can see our we've got 2 stitches in a row above. So again, we need to anchor our yarn a bit further down. So we're going to work 2, strand the yarn, work 2, and strand the yarn. So work 2, strand the cream, work 2, and strand the cream. And now drop the cream and work only in the red, or your background, whichever is your background. See, let's pull this tighter here. There we go. So now it should look like this. You see, easy peasy. And that's all there is to it. So you see, so when you're going down, so when your motif is decreasing, you will anchor the yarn closer, obviously, so not further away but closer. On this side here, you will carry your yarn, so you're on the right side. So on the wrong side, on row 22, you will bring the yarn with you, the cream, all the way up to here. So it's ready. So that will be 1, 2, 3. So that will be on stitch 5 before you start row 23. Okay, but that way you just get a really lovely effect, and there is no straight stitches or anything. When you're working with 3 colors, so as I done here for for the poinsettia, you anchor the yarn. Let me get the chart actually. So for poinsettia, you anchor the yarn on stitch 2 before you start the leaves. Then for the actual flower, the flower is also on the right side. You will anchor it on stitch 13, and you will carry the 3 yarns with you. So you will strand the yarn you need. Usually what I do, I will strand both of yarns at the same time. So let's say if I need to strand mustard and green, I will just strand them both at the same time, because it just makes life a lot easier. But it works in exactly the same way. It's just you've got 3 colors and not 2. And again, make sure that at the back your yarns are nicely caught at the back and nothing creates massive loops. So there's no way your fingers can pull or stretch on any loops. You can also see, if you look here, you can see more visibly where we anchored all the yarns, you see? So those little twists at the back is where we have anchored the yarn. It's a wonderful technique. This is a wonderful technique where you don't have to cut yarn or add yarn or have lots of bobbins at the back. It's just a lot easier to create a beautiful color work. Thank you so much for watching. And if you did like this video, then please do like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video where we will Swiss down.